We're going to replace a pool cover motor in 3 minutes now. First thing that you want to do after determining that the motor is the problem is to align the motor coupler bolts. These are the two bolts that hold the motor to the main drive shaft. Align those up and down and take a 9/16 socket wrench and remove both bolts. This will free up the motor shaft from the main drive shaft. Once these bolts are removed, set them aside on the deck, and we'll get back to them in just a minute. After this is done, you will loosen, not remove, but loosen 4 motor bolts that attach the motor to the frame. This is using a 7/16 wrench. Once those are loosened, last step before removing the motor is to disconnect the power to the motor using 2 or 1 of the quick connects. Disconnecting that, as you see here, remove the motor, and now we're ready for step 2. Take your new motor out of the box, and just like we did a minute ago, we're going to slide the motor back into the slots. An important part here is you want to make sure that the washers fit on the inside of the frame. If that's the case, go ahead and take your 7/16 wrench, tighten up the motor to the motor frame using that 7/16 wrench. Once that is accomplished, and you want these bolts to be tight, snug, but not over tightened. Once that's done, you'll add the motor coupler. And the motor coupler, when you tighten the bolts to that, you'll still pull them snug, but not over tighten them where it might strip out some of the threads. When adding the motor coupler, of course, make sure that there are 2 different sizes. The motor shaft is a slightly different size than the drive shaft. Once those are aligned, hand tighten the 2 bolts. Grab your 9/16 socket or wrench, tighten them snug, and finally reconnect the motor wires. And the motor wires will always extend out beyond the motor. The connector wires always extend straight out from the motor. Quick connect, and we're done.